Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we are watching Jool's Satellite Network link number 2 fall towards Jool on the blue line, and it will encounter Tylo in about 4 days. And the gravity from Tylo will slow the satellite down to this purple orbit around Jool, which comes down really low to Jool. I am thinking about going out to the apoapsis once we slow down enough. Go out to the apoapsis and maybe blow the periapsis out so that it's not interrupted by any other planet. So, but we're going to see. I mean, we're coming in kind of low. I mean, 1 million meters from Tylo. I went out and made a very small 6 meter per second burn, which brought this down to this purple line here. That's where I left it. I did check. It was going to take about 600 meters per second, I think, to get a encounter with foul. So we may get that encounter and see what we can do from there. We are just using minimal. We have a lot of delta V here, but we're using minimal amounts just to get us into a stable orbit around Jool or around Tylo or Vol 1. I'm pretty sure the satellite network link that's already here, number 1, it's capable of hitting, of course, taking care of the inner systems. We just don't know about Bob and there's Bob and Paul. So I may adjust it to give us an orbit close to their orbits as well. So here we go. We're going to zoom on in, get a little closer to Tylo. Speed up. He's coming in quite fast. Slow down here at our periapsis. And this is going to, you can see the orbit change here, the trajectory changing 1 hour until we enter the sphere of influence of Tylo. The alarm will go off here in just a moment. We'll go ahead and delete this and this. And we're going to enter the sphere of influence of Tylo again. Now remember, we used Tylo coming in once to get us into orbit around Jool. And now we are encountering again to get us a closer encounter to Jool. So very minimal fuel burn. It was 6 meters per second. Here we go. Speeding up time. Now we are in a close, very close, well, 1 million meters. That's still high compared. We could lower it and see what happens. Let's add a maneuver. We're just going to see what happens. We're going to slow down a little bit, which is really going to bring our encounter down really close to. Oh, here we have an encounter with Lathe doing that. That is interesting. I hope our other satellite, when it gets down here, it is up here. It does have the rover on it. It's a relay network with rover. We are going to attempt to go to Lathe and land on Lathe with the rover. So let's just not make a burn. It's 133 meters per second. Let's slow down and get in this orbit here, this orange line. That's where we're going. So let's go ahead and speed up time, but we will watch Tylo as it comes into view here. Let's see, let's find it. Yeah, here it is. Speeding up time as we watch Tylo come in, and we go around the back and we slow down actually when from Jool anyway. We'll be coming in. This is relative to this body here. Might be the closest we've ever been to Tylo. But it's still not going to be low. We could have made a really low pass and really slowed down. Could have got into orbit of Tylo. But this is a satellite network link. It needs to be, it needs to reach out and get those signals from other planets around Jool. Like I said, we do have one of these around Jool at the moment. Going on the dark side of Tylo. We're in the dark. There's Jool out there. Tylo coming in over here. Get rid of the alarm clock there. Okay, we're back out into the sun again. Nice little low pass over Tylo, helping us slow down to get into orbit of Jool. Looks like we have some eclipse on Jool. Tylo. And that's interesting. So all communication with Jool at the moment is cut off because of the body that's in between. Let's see what that kind of does. We're still connected to our home planet of Kerbal this direction. So and we have 1 hour before we leave the sphere of influence. So let's go ahead and speed up time. As we pass by Tylo. I always want to say Tylo, but it's Elu and Tylo. There's Jool in the background. We were flying past Tylo. It was really interesting to find out that if we zoom out here, now of course Jool is way out. Elu takes a very long elliptical, but look, it's coming within the orbit of Jool at the moment. I mean, they will never impact because, the inclination. But I thought that was just cool to see how close Elu was, and if we wanted to, we could blow our apoapsis out to meet Elu about this time, because this is a really good time. You use less fuel coming this direction to catch Elu than you would if you tried to burn and catch it out here. But that was just interesting. Here comes this comes our rover coming down from its encounter. But we are interested in this one here. 54 minutes until we leave the sphere of influence, and we are a lot closer to Jool at the moment. And we may blow the periapsis out until we connect with what did I say? Vol. Yeah, Vol. So speed on up here a little bit. Okay, we have just left the sphere of influence of Tylo. It's going on around, and it has slowed us down considerably. I mean, we did have an orbit that was as high as this one, 824 million meters. So it has slowed us down with just a little bit of fuel burn. So now we are in an orbit of Jool. We could, let me slow down time here. Let's check out a maneuver that might get us. We'll be out here in a day. We still have 53 days, I think, before that one comes down. So we could play around with this one first. Let's speed up till about 133 meters per second. I think that gives us an encounter with Vol. Somewhere closing in, should be close. I'm going to use the mouse wheel to, oh, yep, I think that was it. Oh, ooh, wow. That brings us in with Lathe. So 334 meters per second gets us in a really tight orbit around Jool, but we don't need it. We already have a satellite network link here, number one, and we could go polar with it, but we're not. Let's speed up a little bit more. That's going to really bring us down low. Look at that. With Lathe, I hope we get a good encounter like this with our other one. Okay, speeding up to 345. See if we can get that encounter with Ball. I don't think we're going to get it. I thought we... Oh, yeah. There it was. Using the mouse wheel to make those fine adjustments. Wow. Okay, we got the encounter, but it didn't do us any good. My goodness, that's kind of finicky. Slowing down, slowing down. I mean, that's a good orbit, you know, for our satellite network link. It's going to reach out and extend, you know, our planetary communications. It is on a semi-inclined orbit with that, but slow it back down. Can we get a encounter with Tylo again? I don't think so. Not at the moment, anyway. Slow down here till we meet the orbit of Val. Should be close. There it is. So there we have an encounter 9 million meters from Val. Just kind of put that up there and just kind of adjust. See if we can get closer. Oh. 9 million. I guess we're on the outside. That's speeding us up. We want to really slow down to get on the inside, correct? No, that's throwing us out. We get the encounter, but it's kind of the wrong direction. We may have to wait till we get over here and then adjust it so that we can hit Val. We'll keep our orbit kind of low. Maybe in between Val and Tylo. That's 700 meter per second burn once we get here. Plenty. But that gets us kind of in a stable orbit, and that's what I want. I don't want to, while we work on this other one, I don't want to be time warping and we get thrown out of the system, you know. I'd like to get in a good stable orbit. How long will it take us to get up there? 6 days to get there. Shrink the orbit down inside Tylo and Val. What do you think? You think that'll work? We could adjust it as well on our ascending node. We could target that, gives us our ascending and descending nodes. That way it'll put us on a perfect ellipse, perfect inclined orbit around Jool. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll blow this out until, oh man, I just want to get an encounter so we can get some science or something, you know. How about hitting another Tylo again? We don't hit Tylo again, do we? 900 meters per second gets us out to there. That's more than likely a good stable orbit. And then we can work on it from there. So almost 1,000 meters per second. Let's go ahead and make that burn. That gets us in a stable orbit, and then we could work on our Jool network link. I'm sorry, our rover. So we're going to be out here in 1 day. Let's go ahead and fast forward time. Yeah, we'll watch it. Okay, getting closer. Okay, we're going to make this 897 meter per second burn here, almost 900 meters per second. With the nuclear rocket here, NERV, atomic engine. Got 2 minutes to burn. Should go at about 1 minute. Speed up time here. Down to 2 minutes. What do we think? 1 minute 9 seconds. There we go. Okay, here goes the nuclear engine. Nothing's really hot. Cooling 5.72, so we're good. Here we go. Take a while for this burn, but let's watch our orbit grow. We're going to get that encounter with Lathe. That shrunk us down. That was, yeah, that was, oh, that was with Vol. Blowing out our orbit. We could cut it as soon as it gets on the other side of Tylo there, because we don't want to intercept Tylo again and have it throwing us out. It does not have to be this high, 78 million meters above Jool. Ooh, look at that one. There's Lathe. There we go. Down to 480 meters per second burn. Once we get around to our descending node, we can adjust that and make our orbit incline to the same plane as the rest of the planets. Okay, going past. Ooh, what was that? I must have missed that one. That was our encounter with Tylo again. That would have helped us. I'm already burning, so we got 210 meters per second left. As long as this communication satellite is just in a good, good orbit. Okay, 40 meters per second left. And there we go. Okay, so that puts us in a good stable orbit around Jool, so it's just an extra satellite out here. For communication purposes, we've got one down close. Now we have one about mid-range there to connect to these if we need to. And so this one is good. We're going to F5 and save it. And we're going to go out to our rover. Check on it, see where it is. Don't have to worry about these satellite network link number 1. It's in a good stable orbit. And we used about 1,000 meters of fuel, meters per delta V, to get there. This one, it's going to be different. We have no no motor, no atomic nuclear engine on it. So we really have to be careful with what we do. We want to get into that. This right here is going to throw us into the purple orbit. Get out there, maybe make another 6 meter per second burn. And again, Tylo is helping us slow down. I wonder if I can get that any closer to adjust that. Let's make put up a maneuver node here. And we want to bring this down. So let's speed up. Nope, that's throwing us out. How far was that? 6 million meters. That's throwing us out further than what we want. Let's slow down. And that throws us out. So we were just spot on right there. Slow down a little bit more. See what happens. 12 meters per second. Still slowing down at 24 meters per second. This might be This might be better. Now we're up to 100 meters per second here. Oh, that was something. Yeah, we're slowing down. We're going to miss everything there. 200 meters per second. That's terrible. What do we do when we come down here a little bit more? Add a maneuver in 27 days. Speed up. It's going to throw us out. Yeah, we're on the back side of the planet at that point. We may have to just go for this one now. And let's go on down. Let's warp to there, 24 days. So notice in our connection is 49% strength, but it should grow a little bit more when we get closer to Jool because of those network links. Hopefully. Hopefully, I do not know. 48, getting less. $48 still. 11 days to our time warp kicks in. This is the rover that is going to land on Lathe. 47%. So yeah, our signal strength is getting weaker and weaker. Don't understand why. I don't think it's batteries or anything. 1 hour. Here we go. Time warp coming out. Very good. And 47. Now we got electric charge and everything. It's just weak. It's just weak. I could open these other antennas, but they'll clip through. I'm afraid they'll clip through the... Do you have another one? What are you? Solar panel. Yeah. So we are getting closer. We're using this antenna, I'm sure, to connect back to home. And if we turn this off, I wonder if these would give us a better connection. Let's F5 and save it and just try, see if that connection gets better, because we're trying to connect to the home planet with this one, where these relay satellite network links may connect with our satellite network link around Jool. Okay, it was saved. We're going to close this one, retract the antenna. The Jool satellite network link number 2. So yeah, we do have that one, but the signal strength really dropped. So yeah, we're going to open that back up. But Jool satellite network link number 2 is active, and then straight to Kerbal Crater. But that's through a bounce, I think. Yeah, bounce signal through a relay. So we're going to open this back up. Get us a better signal. At least we have a signal. Okay, very good. And where do we stand? Where is Jool? Jool is out here. We're falling down toward it at the moment. Falling down toward it. So here's satellite network link there. So it's going around, hasn't been interrupted or anything. Let's zoom on down. 8 days. We're going to warp to here. I'm going to watch that satellite network link number 2 and just make sure it doesn't interfere with something. There's Tylo again. These are the planets orbiting Jool. Lathe, Val, Tylo. Oh, that's Tylo, yeah. Okay, Val, Tylo, Bob, and Paul. Okay, we are here. Let's zoom on down just a little bit more. In 2 days, we'll have our intercept with Tylo. Zoom on down. Watch us gain speed as we fall toward Jool. Yeah, I think this was set up on an alarm. Oh, Oh, there's a good connection. Look at that. Look at that. Satellite network link number 1, satellite network link number 2. Number 2 is kicking it back to Kerbal. Yeah, we'll delete that. Speed up time. Here is our encounter with Tylo, giving us a good speed to slow down and get into a orbit. And we're going to have to get into that orbit of Lathe. I'd like to be in a polar orbit, of course, when we get there. So we'll just have to see. We'll get out here and play with our maneuver nodes until we get a encounter with Lathe, which slows us down. That way we can save some of this fuel. But anyway, again, flying into an orbit of, where are we? There's Jool. There's Lathe, their final destination. And I don't see Tylo. Oh, down here it is. Coming over Tylo right there. So very good, very good. Good communication. What is our signal strength? 46. It even dropped. It dropped more. Satellite network link up. I'm sure we've got everything open there, but that is bounced through. It's interesting. At least we do have a signal. If we totally lost signal, we wouldn't be able to control anything. So it would be mission failure, I guess, at that point. But here we are, speaking with Kerbal out to Jool. On the big map, it is this distance. It's kind of like our Jupiter, Earth's Jupiter. You got the inner planets and then the outer planets, gas giants, things like that. Except Eeloo is not a gas giant. You can't land on it. I guess it would be like Pluto or something. Way out here, at the moment we have everything except Eeloo. We do have Dres. I don't think we have anything near Moho or on Moho. Moho. Let's focus our view on Moho a moment. That takes, yeah, we were shooting for it, I guess, and this died. I don't think we had any Delta V left on that. So we missed it. Hopefully, maybe we'll just get an encounter or something. So that was Moho, and we're good. I mean, inner planets except Moho, and outer planets except Eeloo. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.